Have you ever thought about what really keeps you standing tall, moving with energy, and living an active life? It's not just muscles or willpower, it's your bones. And here's a fact that might surprise you. By the time you're in your 30s, your bones have already reached their peak strength. From that point on, it's about maintaining and protecting what you have. And if you're not careful, silent conditions like osteoporosis can creep in, making bones fragile and prone to fractures. The good news? What you put on your plate can literally determine how strong your bones remain as you age. Today, we're diving into 12 calcium-rich foods that will not only fortify your bones, but also support your teeth, nerves, and overall vitality. These aren't boring recommendations. These are everyday foods that can become powerful allies in your journey to lifelong health. By the end of this video, you'll know which foods pack the biggest calcium punch, how much you actually need each day, and clever ways to add them to your meals without feeling like you're eating a science project. Because let's face it, knowing what's healthy is one thing, but making it practical and delicious is where the real transformation happens. Let's begin with the most classic source of calcium: milk. You probably grew up hearing that milk makes strong bones. There's truth in that. 1 cup of milk delivers about 300 milligrams of calcium, roughly a third of what an average adult needs in a day. But what most people don't know is that milk doesn't just bring calcium. It also provides vitamin D when fortified, which is crucial because vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium effectively. Without it, that calcium may not even make it to your bones. A practical tip here is to aim for 2 servings of dairy daily if your body tolerates it well. And if you're lactose intolerant, there are lactose-free options that still give you the same benefits. Pour it into your coffee, add it to smoothies, or enjoy it plain. Think of milk as the foundation, but not the only building block. Now let's move to a food that often gets overlooked, but is one of the richest natural sources of calcium: yogurt. A single cup of plain yogurt can give you around 450 milligrams of calcium, which is more than a glass of milk. Plus, it comes with probiotics, those friendly bacteria that support gut health. A healthy gut is actually linked to better nutrient absorption, including calcium. Imagine fueling your bones and your digestive system at the same time. To make it even better, yogurt is versatile. You can eat it with berries, drizzle honey over it, or blend it into creamy salad dressings. Just be careful with flavored yogurts that pack in sugar. Stick with plain or lightly sweetened options. If you want both strength and flavor, top it with nuts, seeds, or fruit. Speaking of cheese, this is another dairy superstar for calcium. Hard cheeses like Parmesan pack an impressive 330 milligrams of calcium in just 1 ounce. That's a tiny serving with a big impact. But here's something many people don't know. Cheese also reduces acid in the mouth and protects teeth from decay, making it a double win for bones and dental health. And yes, cheese can be high in sodium and fat, so moderation is key. Sprinkle grated Parmesan on pasta, enjoy a slice of cheddar with whole grain crackers, or melt a bit of mozzarella on veggies. Small amounts go a long way for both taste and nutrition. Now, let's step away from dairy for a moment because not everyone eats it or tolerates it well. Leafy green vegetables are an incredible source of calcium, especially kale, collard greens, and bok choy. 1 cup of cooked collard greens has about 266 milligrams of calcium, which rivals a glass of milk. And here's the kicker. Your body actually absorbs calcium from certain greens better than from milk. Spinach, while rich in calcium, contains oxalates that bind to calcium and reduce absorption. But kale and bok choy have low oxalate levels, making their calcium more bioavailable. Imagine sautéing kale with garlic and olive oil, or adding bok choy to a stir-fry. These greens don't just strengthen bones, they bring fiber, vitamin K, and antioxidants too. They're true multitaskers for your health. If we keep traveling through the plant world, we find one of the most surprising calcium heroes: almonds. Just 1 ounce, which is about 23 almonds, provides 76 milligrams of calcium. That might not sound like a lot compared to milk or yogurt, but when you combine it with their magnesium and protein, almonds create a bone-strengthening synergy. In fact, studies show that nut consumption is linked to better bone mineral density. Keep a small pack of almonds in your bag for a snack, blend almond butter into your morning smoothie, or sprinkle crushed almonds on oatmeal. The beauty is in the consistency. Little bites daily add up over time. Another seed that deserves attention is sesame seeds, especially in the form of tahini. 2 tablespoons of tahini provide about 130 milligrams of calcium. In many Middle Eastern cultures, tahini is a staple ingredient in hummus and sauces, contributing to bone health without people even realizing it. The calcium in sesame seeds is highly absorbable, and the seeds also provide healthy fats that help with vitamin D function. Spread tahini on toast. Drizzle it over roasted vegetables or whisk it into a creamy dressing. It's delicious and bone-friendly. Now let's move it to a surprising category. Beans and lentils. White beans, chickpeas, and lentils all bring a solid dose of calcium to the table. A cup of cooked white beans has about 160 milligrams of calcium. And besides calcium, beans bring magnesium, potassium, and fiber, which all play roles in bone health. Some studies have even found that people with higher intake of legumes have lower rates of fractures in old age. Imagine a hearty bowl of bean chili or a chickpea salad, affordable, filling, and protective for your bones. If you enjoy fish, there's one group you absolutely shouldn't overlook: canned sardines and salmon with bones. That's right, the bones in these tiny fish are edible and packed with calcium. Just 3 ounces of canned sardines provide over 300 milligrams of calcium, making them one of the richest sources available. They're also high in vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids, which together form a powerful trio for bone health. If eating sardines sounds intimidating, try them mashed into avocado on toast, tossed into pasta, or blended into a dip. Salmon with bones is another option, often used in salmon patties or spreads. These are inexpensive, shelf-stable, and nutrient-dense. Tofu is another plant-based powerhouse for calcium. The catch is, the amount depends on how it's processed. Tofu made with calcium sulfate can provide over 350 milligrams of calcium per half cup. That's more than a glass of milk. For people following a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, this is a cornerstone food for bone protection. It's versatile too. You can stir-fry it, scramble it, bake it, or blend it into smoothies. Always check the label to see if it's calcium-set tofu. That small detail can make a huge nutritional difference. Another drink to consider is fortified plant-based milk, such as almond, soy, or oat milk. Many of these are fortified to match or even exceed the calcium levels of dairy milk, often giving you 300 to 450 milligrams per cup. They're also usually fortified with vitamin D, creating that absorption-friendly combo. The key is to shake the carton before pouring because calcium can settle at the bottom. Plant-based milks are excellent alternatives for those avoiding dairy, and they fit seamlessly into coffee, cereal, or baking. Let's not forget about oranges and orange juice. While oranges themselves don't have huge amounts of calcium, about 60 milligrams per fruit, calcium-fortified orange juice can deliver up to 350 milligrams per cup. And the vitamin C in oranges helps support collagen production, which is the framework that calcium attaches to in bones. That means better bone strength overall. A glass of fortified orange juice at breakfast can be a refreshing and effective way to sneak in more calcium, especially for kids or picky eaters. Finally, let's shine a light on figs. Both fresh and dried figs are excellent plant-based sources of calcium. 5 medium dried figs provide about 135 milligrams of calcium, along with fiber and antioxidants. Ancient civilizations prized figs for their energy and health benefits, and modern science is proving they're especially valuable for bone density. You can chop dried figs into oatmeal, snack on them with nuts, or bake them into desserts. They're sweet, satisfying, and nourishing for your skeleton. So let's recap the 12 calcium-rich foods we've covered: milk, yogurt, cheese, leafy greens, almonds, sesame seeds, beans and lentils, sardines and salmon with bones, tofu, fortified plant-based milk, fortified orange juice, and figs. These foods don't just bring calcium. They also come with supportive nutrients like vitamin D, magnesium, protein, and antioxidants. Together, they create the environment your bones need to stay strong and resilient. The big takeaway is this: bone health is not just a concern for older adults. It's something you build and protect every single day through your diet. Every glass of milk, every handful of nuts, every serving of leafy greens, it's all an investment in your future self. Imagine yourself at 70, still hiking, still dancing, still living without the fear of brittle bones. That future starts with choices you make today. If this video gave you new ideas for supporting your bones, give it a like to let us know. Comment below with which of these calcium-rich foods you already enjoy or plan to try this week. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss more science-backed tips for living healthier, stronger, and longer. Your bones carry you through life. Let's give them the strength they deserve.